guys get to keep the, no? Ah, I see. We've already had this conversation.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Jamie Wall, President of the Spartanburg Day School Board of Trustees. We are gathered here today to celebrate this momentous occasion in the life of the Spartanburg Day School community. It's my pleasure to welcome several of our elected officials, leaders of the Spartanburg educational community, the Board of Trustees, faculty, parents, students, and of course, the Skeen and Merritt families. This ceremony marks the official investiture of David W. Skeen Jr. as our 8th head of school. Together, we celebrate the beginning of Dave's tenure as we embark on this exciting new chapter together. To commemorate this special occasion, I ask all who are able to please stand for the posting of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Please repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We Please be seated. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Almighty God, in humility and awe, we bow our heads and pause to recognize the many blessings of today. You, O God, are the creator of all that is good, beauty and truth, mystery and discovery, laughter and love, kindness and strength. Today we give you thanks for Spartanburg Day School and all those who make it what it is. For these students, with their joy and energy, their curiosity and kind hearts, their bright minds and thoughtful souls. Truly, each and every one is amazing, a gift of yours. Keep them safe and call them forth to their full potential, that your worlds might be brighter and better for them and through them. For faculty and staff who give, create, organize, and shape today and tomorrow, you, O God, see how their contribution is immeasurable in their noble professions. Inspire them and energize them day to day and year to year. For parents and supporters who cheer for and bear witness to the honest work of intellectual growth and good character in the making in this place, give us words of encouragement to share freely and generously. God, we ask your blessing on this day, especially as we celebrate and give thanks for this milestone, investing in the leadership of David Skeen. We recognize with joy this new chapter that sings of energy, adventure, and distinction. We are grateful for Dave's natural gifts and engaging ways, his years of training and experience, and his dedication to excellence in education. Guide him as he leads and strengthen him for the responsibilities that arise. Provide for him good support in family and friend, much joy in life, a steady moral compass, and ingenuity in decision-making, for the call is challenging and hopes are high. In our work together, O God, may we as a community support him, and may we all be grounded in integrity, respect, and wisdom, so that these students in our charge would develop natural gifts, overcome obstacles, and reach their dreams, even those not yet spoken. Always, O God, let righteous character and noble truth be our guiding principle and our beacon in life. For the good of the world and all her people, we pray. Amen.
Good morning and welcome. It's my pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker. Dr. Boone Hopkins is the 12th president of Converse University and has been a dedicated member of their campus community since 2012. Originally from Gainesville, Georgia, Dr. Hopkins obtained his undergraduate degrees from Gainesville State College, now known as the University of North Georgia. He then received his MFA in Directing and Acting Pedagogy from Virginia Commonwealth University, followed by a PhD in Theater Studies from the University of Kansas. Since joining Converse as an assistant professor of theater, Dr. Hopkins has served in numerous leadership capacities, including Chair of the Department of Theater and Dance, Dean of the School of the Arts, Senior Associate Provost for Student Success, Interim Provost, and Interim President. Along with his leadership work for Converse, Dr. Hopkins currently serves as the Chair of the South Carolina Tuition Grants Commission, as a member of the 10 at the Top Board to support economic development in the upstate, and as a member of the Integrated Planning Advisory Group and the Movement of 2030 Advisory Board for the Spartanburg Academic Movement. President Hopkins is married to Dr. Chandra Owenby Hopkins, Dean of Converse College for Women, and they have two proud griffins, Owen and Jack. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our friend, President Boone Hopkins.
Thank you so much. Isn't it a great day to be a Griffin? Thank you so much for welcoming to your campus today, esteemed guests, faculty, staff, students, and parents. Thank you for the honor of speaking today. Today, I stand before you wearing two hats. The first, as you heard, is of a proud parent of two Spartanburg Day School students, Jack and Owen. Hi, boys. And the other is as a passionate educator working within higher education. It wasn't too long ago that I was in Mr. Skeen's shoes, processing my own investiture as I embarked upon a new chapter in my career. And so I truly feel the joy and magnitude of this moment for our entire Griffin community. I had the joy of first getting to know Mr. Skeen as we worked as assistant coaches for the second grade Advent Episcopal Church League basketball team. Now, as many of you know, Church League basketball in Spartanburg is not for the faint of heart. We have a particularly tough job as assistant coaches in managing the Band-Aids and the tears, and especially in managing parents' expectations of the reality of the capabilities of their children. Sounds like good practice for a headmaster, no? Our teams had a lot of fun, and I was proud that we improved every week. But more than anything, I developed a wonderful friendship with Dave. We developed our shared love of tacos and also had a chance to connect over the challenges that face private education today. And I'm so grateful for that friendship and so grateful for the opportunity to celebrate you today, Dave. Today we celebrate not only the investiture of Mr. Skeen as our 8th head of school, but we also mark a significant moment in the journey of Spartanburg's educational community. As I was working on this address, I reflected on not only the profound impact individual leaders have played on this campus, but the way those individual leaders have mobilized a collective strength that emerges when an educational institution like Spartanburg Day School unites in a spirit of collaboration. As we all know, on a deep intuitive level, progress never happens alone. Education is not confined to the walls of a single institution. Rather, it is part of a dynamic ecosystem that thrives on the exchange of ideas, opportunities, resources, and best practices. We live in an increasingly interconnected world, and there has never been a more pressing or potent opportunity for those of us who make up this beautiful tapestry of education in our community to work together. And my friends, today our society needs education. Our city, state, nation, and world needs citizens who possess the ability to think deeply, thoughtfully, and critically about society's most challenging problems, and to work together in a community with others. When we work together, we help retain talent in a community, to break down the barriers for students, to bolster economic development, and to create educational, social, and career opportunities for everyone. Mother Teresa once said, quote, "None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something wonderful." End quote. Together, we can unlock the full potential of our learning communities and harness the collective strength found in our differences. Together, we can learn from one another and facilitate even greater collaboration and the exchange of ideas across schools, from K-12 through higher learning and beyond, as we set the habits for a life of the mind. Together, we can discover more about the specific needs and aspirations of the youth we serve, cultivating individuals who are compassionate, critical thinkers, and resilient leaders, equipped to thrive in an ever-evolving world. As our Spartanburg Day School community celebrates this tremendous milestone today, I challenge each and every one of you to reflect on the profound impact that education has in shaping your life and in shaping the future. And what role will you play in developing future leaders? To the students today, You are the heart and soul of this institution. You are the reason we strive for excellence every day. Remember that your potential is limitless, and with dedication and perseverance, you can accomplish anything to which you set your mind. Students, I put my hope in the future in each of you. To the parents and caregivers, your partnership is key. Your unwavering support and involvement in your child's education plays a pivotal role in their success. To the faculty and staff, you are the pillars of the Spartanburg Day School community. Your commitment to excellence inspires generations of students to aim higher and dream bigger. And to our new head of school, Mr. Skeen, your appointment symbolizes a commitment to excellence, innovation, and inclusivity. Your passion, dedication, and expertise at Spartanburg Day School will be the driving force behind this institution's collective mission. Mr. Skeen, you have been entrusted with the profound responsibility of nurturing young minds and fostering a community where every individual feels valued and empowered to reach their full potential. And I have complete faith in your ability to do so. But remember, Mr. Skeen, you are not alone. You have an entire community ready and willing to leverage our collective expertise and resources to address the complex challenges facing education today, and to seize on the boundless opportunities that tomorrow holds for Spartanburg Day School. In the landscape of education, leaders like Mr. Skeen are not just educators. They are the architects of dreams, the builders of future, and the guardians of hope. Each decision made, every initiative undertaken, must be anchored in a belief that education is the cornerstone of progress and the key to unlocking a brighter tomorrow. As we stand together at the threshold of Spartanburg Day School's next chapter, let us continue to foster a culture of collaboration, where new ideas are exchanged and diverse perspectives are welcomed. Let us use today to celebrate our shared commitment to excellence in education. And let us embrace the challenges of tomorrow with courage and conviction, knowing that together we can shape a future where every child has the opportunity and support needed to thrive. Thank you, Mr. Skeen, for your commitment to our learning community, and thank you all for your investment in our collective success. Congratulations on this momentous day for the Spartanburg Day School. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Roy Skeen, Dave's younger brother, and I am truly honored to be here today to talk about my brother and how much I love him, and hopefully confirm that you have made a wise choice. Now, you students, especially the younger ones, might not be able to picture this, but it turns out that adults were actually children. And your head of school here was my head of the third floor growing up. Now, Dave has a lot of talents that you might not know about. Growing up, among other things, he regularly vested me in swimming, art, and singing. And you may be wondering, how does your brother beat you in art? Well, let's just say that when you walk into my parents' house, all on the walls are Dave's framed paintings. Where are mine? They're nowhere to be found. Singing? How does your brother get you in singing? We joined the choir the same year. After 2 years, Dave had achieved red ribbon level. This is the highest level in the choir. I was still told to just mouth the words. We grew up in Baltimore, in a neighborhood that feels similar to where Dave is living now. Mature trees, streams, it's a beautiful part of the world. Our family has been there for 7 generations on our father's side, deeply rooted. I see the Scouts here. It was our great-grandfather that was a co-founder of the Scouts in Maryland. We have a younger sister and an older sister who kind of played bookends to keep us in line growing up. Our parents are both hardworking and loving people. Our father was an admiralty lawyer. For those of you who don't know that word, that means he deals with ships and boating and sea. And he worked with his father and grandfather practicing law. Our mother worked in public and private schools as an administrator and a teacher. We wrestled and played on the living room rug with our father after dinner, and we would sing Motown tunes and Hallelujah with our mom around the house. Our parents cared a lot about eating dinner together every night, and we used this time for storytelling. Around a candlelit table, we would present a topic of our choice, share our hopes, dreams, and aspirations, or just share about the day. If I was the one who talked the most and said the least, Dave was the one who talked the least and said the most. That's what you want in your leader. When Dave was 10, he had a bike accident that left him in the hospital in a neighboring state for nearly 4 months. It was scary for our family, and we were not sure that he would survive. I can remember saying goodbye to him before his life-saving surgery. After his recovery, the nurses said, Dave must have had a lot of angels. And when I look around today and I see Mackenzie, all your beautiful children, I know that he's still surrounded by angels. And meeting so many of you last night, this is a special place. After college, Dave and I bought vacant houses next door to each other and renovated them. In that time before he left, Dave was running a nonprofit, attending graduate school, writing a weekly blog, and serving as the dean of students at a local independent school. After each conference, he told me about the people he met and the possibilities he was imagining for his life. From a young age, Dave knew that he wanted to lead school communities, and he has consistently put in the work to make it happen. Over the years, it has been a blessing to watch Dave grow as a husband, father, and educator. The qualities he showed as my older brother there on the 3rd floor make him an excellent leader today. He is humble, he's a good listener, and he leads by example. It wasn't until I had children of my own, I have 2 boys, that I really got what a good brother Dave was to me. A brother is like a very powerful thing. And an older brother like Dave, whenever I would go to him and say, can I do this? You think I should apply for that? Should I try out for the musical? He would say, oh yeah, no problem. You got that. I mean, I have those words in my head today. That's the background of, can I do it? Yeah, you got that. That's who you get with Dave. He believed in the best version of me. And he's going to believe in the best version of you guys. I know he already does. Anyway, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm excited to watch life unfold over the next decade as you guys dream this up together. And today, on behalf of our entire family, particularly our parents in Baltimore, it's my honor and privilege to introduce Spartanburg Day's 8th head of school, my brother, Mr. Skeen.
First, I'd like to thank the search committee members who brought Mr. Skeen to the Spartanburg Day School. Chairperson Michelle Stone, Marjorie Apia, Bear Boyd, Alice Dawson, Ned Page, Mark Van Giesen, Charlotte Verreau, and Billy Webster. I had the privilege of serving on the search committee and was tremendously impressed by the dedication and passion that each of you hold for this institution. On behalf of the Spartanburg Day School community, thank you for your leadership. We are grateful for the process that helped us identify the goals and aspirations for our school. Please join me in giving the search committee a round of applause. And now, David W. Skeen, Jr. It's my honor to charge you with Spartanburg Day School's 8th head of school. On behalf of this community, the Board of Trustees, faculty, and students, we entrust to your able care the health and vitality of the Spartanburg Day School, founded in 1957 and the first independent school in the upstate of South Carolina. Our legacy has been nurtured and protected by the past heads of schools and is now in your stewardship. We are confident in and embrace your leadership. Please accept this medallion as a symbol of our entrustment to you of the legacy of this proud institution.
Thank you all for taking the time to join us on this occasion. I am honored and humbled to be addressing you. Welcome, special and honored guests, trustees, faculty, students, and families. I first need to thank whoever decided I should be the one that follows everybody else on this stage. I am making a note for the next head of school 25 years from now that says you need to speak first and let everybody speak after. But thank you all for being here and for all that you've done for Spartanburg Day School. As I begin my own remarks, I hope what you see here is that I am not speaking to you on stage this morning without the incredible support and contributions of my family. Roy, thank you for coming down and spending this time with us. You may be able to tell that we're a bit different, but we are bound together in shared experiences. And Roy, you've always made those experiences, and now this one, all the richer. I do have to tell 2 quick stories about Roy, though, because I had been expecting a bit of a roast. Instead, he made me cry, which is worse. We did buy those 2 vacant houses together, and I was the one that found a general contractor and hired a general contractor and paid a general contractor. And each week, Roy would come and ask the general contractor 50,000 questions about what he was doing at that point of the build. And what I found was that after about a month, Roy started building his own house right next door and was oddly about a week off of my pace in building that building. Now Roy is a premier builder in Baltimore City, renovating houses in our city that needs people like Roy to do that for Baltimore City. So I don't get a finder's fee, however, but I also owe to Roy the fact that I'm a teacher. So after I graduated college, and as Roy said, our family is a bunch of lawyers, I went to my dad and I said, you know, I don't think I want to be a lawyer. And some of you have heard this before, but he said, where do you find joy? And I said, it's always been in the back of a classroom or on a field. And he said, we'll do that. So I tried very hard. And as a 22-year-old history major, there were a lot of independent schools around where I lived that said, thanks, we can find somebody with more experience. We can find somebody who's done this a few times. We can find other people. Until I went to Calvert School in Baltimore. Now, flashback to 6-year-old Dave Skeen trying to get into Calvert School and was denied. It was the right thing for me. There was a better fit for me. However, Roy and my little sister Marietta did get in and never stopped telling me that over the course of my youth. But it paid me back when I went in for an internship at Calvert School in the back of a fourth grade classroom. And when the head of school greeted me there, he had been there for about 20 years. And he said, "Oh, it's wonderful to see you again in the halls of Calvert School. You're a little taller than I remember, maybe a little darker than you were as a child here. And I bet you've never been in my office because you were such a good student and a good boy." He thought I was Roy. I took it. I did not correct him at all. And I went into that office and I sat down and I let him talk to me like I was Roy, thinking I'm going to get this internship. And halfway through, he realized I was not my brother. My name was not on the wall of the graduates at Calvert School. And I think out of pity or shame or both, he offered me the job. But what it meant was that I spent a year in the back of a classroom of a 35-year independent school teacher, and I got to learn what it means to be an educator and what it means to be an educator that wants to spend their life in schools. And I owe that to Roy because he was a great student. I'd like to thank my family, my parents, as Roy has said, who weren't able to make it this weekend, but who shaped us more than we may ever know. And I'd like to thank my children who, through their energy and for the most part care for each other and selfless love, have made everything we do worth it. And frankly, much more important. And my wife, Mackenzie, without whom I'd be lost. You are my confidant, my best friend, my better two-thirds, I say. You are incredible and I love you. Thank you. So, the thank yous and the funny stories you just heard are about as far as I had gotten a few weeks ago as I began to contemplate what it is I would say to this distinguished yet varied group of people on the occasion of my investiture as Spartanburg Day School's 8th head of school. What does one say that captures the essence, that indispensable quality of why we are all here without inducing snores? Well, I sought out some advice, and a friend said to me, stories always capture the attention and could drive meaning better than anything else. So if you'll indulge me for a moment, I want to tell a quick story. A man wakes up from his cot and looks out the window at the stars. As he elevates from his bed and moves towards the door, he notices the moon behind his temporary home and a large red orb growing larger ahead. Closer. We are getting closer, he thinks. His journey began a year ago when he took on his new role as team leader. His team consists of 30 members from across the globe, all reporting to him, looking to him for guidance, for assurance, and in many real ways of putting their lives in his hands. He proved his worth when just after the team launched, he brought his leadership team together to plan an emergency asteroid mining expedition. His orientation as a learner and preference to pull ideas from multiple perspectives really saved them during that high-stress week. His calm demeanor, human touch, ability to make quick judgments, and adaptive and original thinking meant the crew extracted the critical minerals and water from their target drilling area with no casualties. Now, they are getting closer. Another few months and they would arrive on the new frontier. He will need every skill, every ounce of positive attitude, every fiber of his human character to take on the next challenge. Because on February 22nd, 2052, he will land on Mars and lead the first fully functional lifetime colony of humans outside of Earth. Crazy. Absurd. Nice little sci-fi story. All probably likely reactions out there to this short story. But let me offer some grounding context. Consider these present-day signals of this possible future in that story. We have a United States Space Force established in December of 2019. In an article on October 18th, 2023 in Forbes, Astroforge, an asteroid mining company based in California, is partnering with SpaceX to launch the first commercial deep space mission to mine an asteroid. On June 25th, 2023, NASA launched the first CHAPEA, Crew, Health, and Performance Exploration Analog, a 378-day experiment on Earth to begin to replicate conditions of living on Mars. They'll complete their mission on July 6, 2024. Finally, we've seen this before. From the point of President Kennedy's address to Congress on May 25, 1961, setting a goal of landing on the moon, to the actual moon landing on July 20th, 1969, there were 8 years, 1 month, and 25 days. If you don't think it is possible that my story may become reality, think about how audacious a moon landing sounded in 1961 and realize it happened just over 8 years later. So then why start in 2052? Because that future starts here, today. Let me offer a very tangible reason why. We have just enrolled our 2K class at Spartanburg Day School. They will be the class of 2040. They will graduate college in 2044. The members of the class of Spartanburg Day School 2040 will turn 30 years old in 2052, the year our main character lands on Mars to lead the first lifetime colony of humans to live on that planet. As an educator and the leader of a school, I firmly believe we choose this vocation to help children to be ready for their future. We design the educational experiences, in our case at Spartanburg Day School, during the most formative 16 years of a child's life, so that when they find themselves faced with their greatest challenges, they engage them with discernment, confidence, and purpose. The work of educators has always necessitated being both nimble and proactive. But more and more, it is becoming important to be thinking about what our students' future may hold, so that we can prepare them for something we may never be able to imagine. In a lot of ways, we are adding futurist to our job descriptions. That is, we have to think about what we see in the here and now that may evolve into an impactful implication on our students' way of life. And in so doing, we can begin to shape the present-day experience to prepare for our students' future experiences. And I believe deeply that independent schools, and specifically Spartanburg Day School, are incredibly well positioned to do this because of our model, our people, and our values. As we come to a close on my first year as head of school at Spartanburg Day School, I can say with confidence that our model is intentional. We are both independent and unique. Our mission, to provide a superior educational experience in a community of trust that prepares students for a life well lived, is a through line from our origin story in 1957 to today and into our future. How we achieve that mission is ever evolving and is fueled by our independence. The 2K through 12th grade co-ed non-denominational school setup is the framework that shapes who we are and what we can uniquely offer to Spartanburg and beyond. Furthermore, I believe the young man or woman leading the mission to Mars and who began their educational journey at Spartanburg Day School in 2K in 2024 will be shaped by the continuity and consistency of spaces, faces, and places of Spartanburg Day School. To know that one place, one school, is constantly thinking about the totality of the educational journey from 2 years old to 18 years old is an incredible comfort. Our faculty know our students, and they know their craft. When you know your students and their families really well, you can challenge students to go beyond what they might think possible and support them in every way to make sure it happens. Our faculty engage in a teaching and learning community that elevates expertise and curiosity in equal measure. Our teachers' experience, their expertise, and most importantly, the joy they find in their own learning means we have exceptionally high-performing educators helping to develop high-performing students across all facets of our whole child approach: academics, arts, and athletics. When you have developed an intentional model in which you can support and develop faculty and students who feel comfortable being challenged and are curious to learn more, you have a learning community in which excellence becomes a mindset and excellent outcomes follow. Our faculty and administration will always be striving to deliver an empowering and engaging program so our students will be prepared to lead not only space expeditions, but friendships, families, communities, companies, and classrooms. We commit to sending our students into these roles with a holistic view on a life well lived and an honorable approach to their fellow man. Spartanburg Day School is a special place in a special town made up of incredible people. And the possibilities for this area are seemingly endless, and the momentum is palpable. The future, indeed, is bright. And so, as I accept the charge given to me as the 8th head of school at Spartanburg Day School, I do so with an excitement for the journey, knowing the advantages of our model, our people, and our mindset in bending that future in our students' favor. You know, as you saw, I am doubly invested in putting every ounce of energy I can summon into the work of Spartanburg Day School. 6 of my 7 children are students here. There's only one Skeen left to arrive on campus. My son Lawson, who is 2 years old. He's right behind the class of 2040. He'll graduate college right after the class of 2044. And his 30th birthday will be February 22nd, 2052, the day our main character lands on Mars. I'm just saying. I am certain that all of my children will bend their futures to a more positive outcome because of the experience they have had and will continue to have with their teachers and coaches here at the day school. I am so grateful and humbled to have the opportunity to walk alongside and work alongside those teachers and coaches and help to lead Spartanburg Day School into its future. Go Griffins, and thank you.
Mr. Skeen, on behalf of the student body, I would like to be the first to officially welcome you as our 8th head of school at Spartanburg Day School. While I'm sure throughout your career you've received advice from a lot of mentors, we have 8 students here who represent each division who would like to give you personal advice for their success.
My advice to my dad is he should be the art teacher and he should help in extended day. Because the My advice to the head of school is he should be nice but still be strong in his decisions. My advice to Mr. Skeen is to have something fun planned every month for his students to have even more fun at school.
For you as head of school is that being a role model doesn't always mean being perfect.
My advice for Mr. Skeen as head of school is to never wake up and think that the day is going to be a bad day, because no day is bad until you choose them to be.
Dear Mr. Skeen, welcome to the day school. I can't wait to see the new things that will be going on in the future. One thought I have for you is not to stress too much over the little things. A quote I like from Queen Elizabeth II that captures this transition for the day school is, "It is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change."
Mr. Skeen, I believe that in order to be the best head of school, you should be yourself and keep supporting and recognizing students the same way you have been all year.
In case you need any more advice, here's 540 additional pieces of information from every student at Spartanburg Day School. Welcome, and we're honored to have you as our head of school. Good. But
I invite you all to rise as you are able for the benediction and remain standing for the alma mater. Spartanburg Day is such a special place. What a great day to be a Griffin. Now receive the benediction from an ancient Hebrew blessing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord be kind and gracious to you. The Lord look upon you with favor and give to each of you and all of us God's deep and abiding peace. Amen.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Following the recessional, students are dismissed to class, and guests are invited to join us for a reception in the Mildred Harrison Dent Fine Arts Building. Thank you again for being here.